Imagine that you're driving down the road, right? You're just minding your own business. You're just driving, let's say, to the shop, right?
Okay.
All of a sudden, you see a crash in front of you, and you drive by, and you go. A month later, you get arrested because they're saying that you're the one that's at fault for that accident and the death of somebody that happened in that accident.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah. So this happened to Kyren Lacy. He was driving around exactly how, like I said it. And there's a little bit difference into the story, and I'll explain. But he was accused of basically of an accident that could have been him, could have not been him that caused it. And it also had one man deceased within the accident.
And he saw the accident?
He saw it happen in front of him.
Oh, he saw it in front of him. Happened in front of him.
Literally, it happened right in front of him. And he drove by. And he gets arrested. And then it ends up with him taking his own life. Yeah. So that's the story of Kyren Lacy.
What a freaking turn.
Yeah. And we get to see whether he was the one that actually caused this accident, or was he framed for something that he didn't do. All right. Let's get into it. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. This episode contains discussion of sensitive topics that may be distressing for some audiences. Please take care while listening, and if these topics are triggering for you, we encourage you to prioritize your well-being. Welcome to T
and E
with a T. I'm your host, Teresa.
I'm your co-host, Edwin.
And today we're going to talk about the story of Kyren Lacy. So Kyren Lacy, let's talk about who he is a little bit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Kyren Lacy, he was a football player.
Okay.
He was going to college in LSU, so Louisiana State University. Mm-hmm. So during in college, he ended up getting 163 receptions, which is catches. I don't know if you understand football because good. I do not understand football. Good, so I was trying to So I was trying to kind of understand it a little bit while I was researching. So basically in college, he was a really good football player, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, even before college, he was a really good football player. But in college, he got 165 receptions, which is catches. And then for 2,360 yards. So that's the total of yards of how many catches he got. Does that make sense?
Like how many square footage he covered.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Within those 163 receptions.
It's pretty good, right?
It is pretty good. That is a really good, what is it called? I don't know if you can call it score. See, I'm very bad at football, okay? So, but I was trying to research
good stats.
It. Yes, that's what it is. Good, thank you. He also had 27 touchdowns in 64 games. So, to have 27 touchdowns, that's pretty good. I've seen how they, get a touchdown. They have to go from on one side of the field to the other side. And that is hard because they be tackling you and those men be running up at you like
crazy, man.
Yeah, what is it called? What is it called? Wrestling. They're wrestling. They're about to tackle you. It's intense, whatever. But he got 27 touchdowns within 64 games. In high school, he ended up having people, when they recruit you for colleges to play for them, right?
Yeah.
So he had a few people.
Few offers,
yes. So he ended up turning down offers from Houston, Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Tech, Miami, and Virginia. So he had a good amount of offers.
Yeah.
And it shows how, I guess, what's the word?
Talented.
Not talented, but like how motivated and how much passion he had within football.
Yeah.
And what he loved, right? So that's very good. At a very young age, that is very good. When he passed, he was 25 years old. 24.
Okay.
He was going to turn 25, which he passed this year. He was a really good guy. He was very smart. He was very nice. He had a girlfriend. So he was, living his life. He was doing his best out there. And, he was a really good football player, right? He was already playing. But I just for me to talk about him and who he was and where he came from. So I did want to jump right into what happened at the car crash. Okay. So in this situation, there's like two sides. And you're going to see this first part is the side of the troopers. That's the side that we're going to be talking about at this very moment. On December 17th, 2024, the Louisiana State Police showed up to a fatal car crash on Highway 20 near Perez Lane.
December what? Sorry?
December 17th, 2024. Okay. So this was around when they arrived to the car accident. This was at 12:08 p.m. Okay.
Okay. It's like lunchtime.
Yes. This car crash led to a 78-year-old man, which his name was Herman Halls, to his death. Herman Hall. And sadly, he ended up passing away at the hospital. Right. As soon as the police arrive to the car accident, a male states this. So this is on their body cam.
Did you see a green Charger flying that way? A green Charger that going that way?
There was a green Charger. There was a green Charger that caused all this.
SRT8, he caused all of it. He went to pass the cars way back there, sir.
In that green Charger, that was Kyren Lacy, the green Charger was no longer there on the scene. Now I'm going to talk about how the car crash happened in their perspective, right? When I say their...
The detectives?
The police, yes. The Charger was driving recklessly and passes everyone going on the opposite lane. So he comes out of the lane that his lane. He comes out of his lane and starts driving on the opposite side, trying to pass all the cars, right? The Charger is traveling south, right? So the Charger's traveling south. He passes all the cars. He's on the north side. Does that make sense?
Northbound.
But he's going
lane. He's going south.
But he's going south.
Yeah.
But he's on the no passing zone, right? Yeah. You're not able to do that. The double lines, whatever. Yeah. So a pickup truck going towards north, he supposedly slams on his brakes, right? And he swerves to the right to avoid the collision with the Charger, with the Dodge, coming from the south. Does it all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The 2017 Kia Cadenza, which is behind the truck, ends up swerving to the left to avoid hitting the pickup truck. Which this pickup truck, and I'm going to call it...
The pickup truck swerved to the right and the Kia swerved to the left?
So I'm going to call the pickup truck gold truck because that's what they call it later on. Okay? So it can make more sense. But the gold truck, like I said, slams on his brakes, swerves to the right? And the Kia, I have to name it differently because the other one is also a Kia. But this first Kia, let's call it Vehicle 2 because Vehicle 1 is the other car.
Older man.
Yes. Okay. So the golden truck is in front. He's the one that is gonna possibly collide with the Dodger.
Yeah.
The Dodge. Sorry.
And he swerves to the right.
He swerves to the right.
Brakes
swerves to the right. Vehicle 2 is gonna swerve to the left. And then Vehicle 1 coming from the south side, they slam against each other. The Kia, vehicle 2, swerves to the left and swerves into the lane. And so this car, the one that's coming from the left, is also a Kia, but that's where Mr. Hill is in there. And they both collide together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this Kia, vehicle 2, goes into oncoming traffic.
There's another Kia?
Yeah, so the both 2 Kias that collided with each other are both Kias. Does that make sense?
Vehicle 2 is a Charger or a Kia?
No.
Vehicle 1 is a Kia or a Charger going southbound?
So the Dodge did not hit nobody.
Yeah.
That's the Dodge. That's a green Dodge.
Oh, the Kia going southbound.
Both Kias, yes.
The Kia going southbound hit the Kia going northbound.
Yes.
And the Kia going northbound swerved into the Kia going
south. Yes.
South.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And they collided. Okay? Literally head on. Mm-hmm. It's kind of complicated because of the fact that they're both Kias. They're both different Kias, but it's just so complicated to say. So I'm just going to say vehicle 2 for the one that's going north, and vehicle 1, the one that's going south. The Dodger green is 1, and then the gold truck is another. Mr. Hills is in vehicle
Number
1.
Going south.
And there's a lady that's in vehicle 2, and she's going
northbound.
North.
And she's the one that swerves.
And she's the one that swerves into Mr. Hill. So they're explaining all of this. The police department of Louisiana end up releasing the footage or the surveillance camera of everything that went down and showing that it was the Green Dodge's fault for this. But
really,
I'll explain. So then you see the Green Dodge. Sorry, I keep saying Dodger. The Green Charger, let's say, the Green Charger drive past it and just drive away, right? And everybody else stops and tries to help everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this happens at 12:03 p.m. Now there's a body cam footage of a conversation between the cop, the trooper, and the witnesses, right? And this is what I kind of talked about in the very beginning. Okay, so the body cam, he's talking to 3 men. At first it's 2, then it becomes 3. So this is right after the first conversation when he was saying the first male was like, did you see the Green Charger? Yeah. He's the one that caused this. So this is right after this, right?
Mm-hmm. You said something about a Green Charger. Who told you something about a Green Charger?
I'm down 18 wheeler right there, sir.
Okay, so you saw it?
I saw it.
What did you see happen?
He went to pass him. I say he went to pass him cars back there around around the curve, all right?
Okay.
All right. Hey, he come down, right? When he come down, I got Mr. Okay. He had his brother that he was taken to the emergency room, to the hospital or something like that, chemo or something like that.
Right.
But I got his number also to verify this, because he was the car that was in front of her. When that Green Charger came, he went caused this whole big traffic, so everybody went to hitting the brakes because the Charger, I thought he was hitting the gold truck head on. So he jammed on brakes. She was coming down. They was going that way. When I saw...
Which way was the Charger going? The Charger
was going this way.
Charger's going this way, okay.
She was coming this way.
Okay.
They was going this way also. Mr. jammed on brakes. She went to dodge Mr. And that's when she came on.
I was about to gas
hit him, on the left side. She come over and hit him.
And the officer talks to the lady from the Kia, the vehicle number 2. And she's the one that has the broken ankle. And she's lying on the ground.
Look, I know it's hurting right now, but do you think you could just tell me briefly what happened? Or do you remember?
I just know the truck was stopping on brakes. The other car was trying to pass the other car. I was trying to dodge by not hitting them by coming around.
Okay. Do you remember how fast you were going?
The speed limit.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
The statements from the scene, they state something like this. Highway 20, Green Charger, coming head on, passing multiple cars, coming head on. I had slam on brakes to avoid accident. I had to veer off road to avoid getting hit. Then I stopped to check on cars behind me in wreck. I was traveling north. The Charger was traveling south in wrong lane. These are statements written by witnesses. I guess I didn't say that. So these are statements written by witnesses that were either given through phone or in person on the scene, okay? Or a little bit later. So this is just an example of what the statements stated. So there was a lot of like these statements that stated that the green Charger was involved in or caused the accident because he was going in the wrong lane, and he caused the gold truck to stomp on his brakes, and that's why the lady vehicle 2 had to swerve off of her lane into oncoming traffic and hit vehicle number 1, which is where Mr. Hills was in. Those are the statements as an example, and then they also state that the car, the Charger, ended up going through the 2 cars, trying to pass the cars, and that's why they collided. Okay, this is a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot of.
It's like he's trying to cut in through.
Yeah.
He barely made it.
Like, he couldn't. Yeah, cut through them, and then they collided. There's different statements that say different things, but most of the time, most of it, they all state that the green Charger is at fault for this.
Yeah.
So on December 19th of 2024, the green Charger's plates was identified. Okay, so the accident was on December 17th. And then 2 days later, they identified his plates.
Yeah.
December 26th, they identified Kyren Lacy. Okay, so now they know who
Christmas Eve.
Yes. So now they know who owns that Charger. Now on January 8th, 2025, there was an arrest warrant signed based on the evidence that they had. And then on January 12th, 2025, so this year, Kyren was arrested, and he agreed with authorities to turn himself in. So he just let himself go.
Yeah.
So that was January 12th. He ended up being released on the same day with a bail of $151,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And he was released on the same day. And but he was charged for $151,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But he was charged for neglect, homicide, felony hit and run with death, and reckless operation of a vehicle. So those are the charges that they charged him with after he was bailed.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why he was able to be released that same day was because he technically didn't come in physical contact with the cars, and then caused the death. And also, he ended up turning himself in. So it was like, okay, well, he doesn't seem like a threat to people. So they gave him an opportunity to be released and for bail, to have a bail. Now I'm going to get into his cause of death, okay? So this is just like a whole timeline, and then I'm going to go straight into what his attorney talks about and why he thinks that he was framed, that Kyren was framed for this. So the cause of his death, Kyren's death, this was on April 15th, 2025. It was literally 2 days before his grand jury hearing, which they were gonna, decide on whether he was guilty or not. And this was with the accident. He got into a heated argument with a relative, and he ended up firing a gunshot to the ground.
Who did?
Kyren. Kyren ended up firing a gunshot to the ground, and he left the scene before the authorities could arrive. And this began this whole chase for him, and it ended up with him getting in a car accident. But when they went to go, get him out from the car, he was already deceased. And it was because of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So he ended up committing suicide.
Like, boom?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't explain how, but it just said a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So
this happened in April.
This happened in April of this year. April 15th, 2025. Yeah. So he was pronounced dead at the scene. Now I'm going to get to the story of Kyren's attorney's side and why he believes that he was
framed.
There's some people that are stating that he did cause the accident because it was his fault that the golden truck had to slam on his brakes. And that's what caused the lady to having to swerve out of the way and then swerve into oncoming traffic. And then he didn't even stop even check.
The girl.
But there's other people that are stating, well, it wasn't his fault because he was way too far away to even cause the truck to slam on his brakes.
Well, not even. If the truck slams on his brakes, it's the same whole thing that we're talking about. That lady was following too closely.
And that's another thing. And then we'll talk about it with when the attorney side of Kyren Lacy, Kyren Lacy's attorney, he talks about that. And there's literally data of that. I just wanted to see your point on it and to see if you thought, or what was your thought process on whether if he was guilty for this, or was he not at fault? Because personally, now that I've done all the research and everything, and I haven't even talked about Kyren's attorney side, but I honestly don't think that it was his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I think that yes, he was wrong for coming out of his lane, trying to pass all the cars, and then try to go back. But at the end of the day, I mean, he did do something wrong, but he did not cause that accident. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of evidence that Kyren's attorney brings out that was done by, not even by him, was done by the district attorney's office, and what they came up with and all the data that they brought out. So it's like, it's not matching the police's statements. It's not matching their information, their data. And I'll get into that. Let's get into Kyren's attorney side and why he thinks he was framed. Okay? So he literally examined all the surveillance cameras, all body cameras, and the investigation report. Okay? He ended up comparing the district attorney's office report to the state police. Okay? So the incident happens, and Kyren shows up a few seconds after. This is what shows in the surveillance camera, right? And you can hear it. And maybe I should have showed you the video. But you can hear the accident happening before Kyren gets to the accident. Like you see a glimpse of a little bit from the surveillance camera. It's coming from a gas station that's in the corner, coming on the left side of Kyren. I showed him the footage. So now that you saw the footage, any thoughts before we get into it?
It's not his fault at all.
Yeah. That's what I thought so too.
At all. It's he was passing a car.
No.
Literally passing a car.
So
it's not. I wouldn't even consider it too much like reckless driving, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's reckless driving because he was coming, or he was on an opposite lane.
But he was just trying to pass.
I mean, but
yes, still.
It's still reckless driving because he's not supposed to. It was on a known passing zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. The attorney is not denying that he was passing all the cars and going on the opposite lane. So he's not denying that. That actually did happen. He did go in the opposite lane and pass all the cars. But he did return back to his lane, and that was 92.3 yards behind Mr. Hall. Okay? Mr. Hall is the man that ended up deceased.
92.3 yards is a lot.
It's a lot. Exactly.
A lot. Almost 2 football fields. Almost a whole football field.
Yes. So that is a point that they did bring up. That it was literally almost a whole football field. So the time of the collision, he was 72.6 yards behind the vehicles. There was a vehicle in front of his car. So my understanding is like, how did he cause this accident if he wasn't even close?
Yeah, the lady wasn't paying attention, and the truck probably just swerved out because he was a scaredy cat.
No, and I'm going to explain because he comes out with his little side of the story, and we'll get into it. But yes, so yeah. Anyways, so that happens, right? The legal. Okay, so this has nothing to do with it, but they did bring it up. Mm-hmm. So the legal law, okay, the law says that in a vehicle, if you're on the right lane, let's say you're on the right lane, and this is in a passing zone. In a passing zone. And you want to, go in front of a car or pass. You have to be within 100 feet away from the vehicle coming towards you on the opposite lane, before moving into the opposite lane. I mean, into the right lane. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he has to be 100 feet away from the opposite car to do this passing zone, right? If this was a passing zone.
So that's within the legal if it's a passing zone.
If it was a passing zone, he would be within the legal passing zone. Okay? So just to give you a point of view on how far he was from the car.
It would be a regular pass if it was a passing zone.
Exactly. Yes. So, okay. So now, looking into the vehicle and where everyone was. Okay?
You're not going to lie. Points. Yeah. That truck driver should be arrested.
The gold truck driver?
No, the big red semi truck driver.
What do you mean?
The one that was accusing that guy of swerving through.
He wasn't a truck driver. He was just a witness.
He was a truck driver. He said he was driving the big truck.
No, he was talking about the
big truck. Semi. No, he was driving the big semi. He was the one driving. He should be arrested for false information.
But he wasn't the only one that was giving false information.
Okay, they all should be arrested.
Well,
because look what happened. Sadly. They caused, and they literally did cause this.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but
I mean,
same dilemma.
It's not even them. It's them obviously for saying that. But my perspective on it, I think that they probably were upset at the fact that he was passing in a no passing zone. And they were just like, when you get mad at somebody not turning on their blinkers. Yeah. I think that that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then they blamed it on him. But it's also most definitely the trooper's fault and, the police officers there. Because it's like, it's your job to figure out if this story is true or not. It's your job to figure out who's at fault for this. You don't just listen to people and run with it and just do, as they say.
Do you?
You don't. You're supposed to investigate. You're supposed to have investigators investigate, especially when it comes to somebody that was deceased.
But they're supposed to assign a ticket.
They did assign a ticket.
And I'll
explain this. Yes. They ended up just signing a ticket, but I'll explain that later. Anyways, so where was I? Okay, so yeah, now we're going to look into the vehicles and where everyone was. So the attorney ends up painting, and this is the whole video, right? The attorney ends up painting a whole picture of the street and the cars. And this is where I got vehicle 1, vehicle 2, and the gold truck, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the perspective of the street in the bird's eye view. So we got vehicle 1 as Kyren, we got vehicle 2 as the lady, vehicle 3 as Mr. Hall, and then the gold truck, right? This is the outline of where they were at, the time of the accident, okay? So vehicle 2, which is the lady with the broken ankle, she was tailgating the gold truck, literally tailgating him.
How do they know that?
Because of her brakes. So they have the data of her brakes and when she broke. Slammed on her brakes. And it shows that according to the district's attorney's office data, she was going 49.6 miles per hour. So a little bit over 49 miles per hour. When literally 0.5 seconds behind the gold truck is when she slammed on her brakes. 0.5 seconds. That's when she slammed on her brakes.
Yeah.
And she was going over 49 miles per hour. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Vehicle 2 was issued a ticket for falling way too close to the truck. Another trooper comes and asks is looking for the ticket, right? And I'm assuming this is at the scene. This is what the attorney is stating. That another trooper comes up and is looking for the ticket. And then states and tells her, something happened to the ticket. Don't worry about it. Right? Then they rewrite the ticket. And now the ticket says, crossing left of center. Why? Why did you have to change it? She was obviously following way too close. She was tailgating the truck.
Because she was tailgating, that was the reason why she swerved to the left.
Yes, but the original ticket...
Yeah. No, I'm saying both. She had both tickets.
Yes, but she was only given...
One.
But why? And they probably trying to match the story as to what happened, blaming the charger for this whole accident, not blaming her. You know what I mean? So, okay. Now vehicle 2, she states, and these are her words, right? When they ask her on the scene about the gold truck slamming on his brakes. And then she slams on her brakes. And then she sees another car approaching, supposedly, right? This is what she states. But it's like, how can she see another car approaching, she's talking about the Charger. The Charger approaching if she's literally behind a pickup truck. You cannot see in front of the pickup truck.
Yeah, so she was going to hit the pickup truck. That's why she moved out.
Yeah, but she says that she saw a car coming from in front of him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how can you see it?
She probably could.
How? A pickup truck is in front of her. How can she see the green Charger?
She's on the left side of that car. The pickup truck is going on the right, so literally it's like this, and she can see in front.
No, he wasn't there anymore. He wasn't on that lane anymore.
At all?
No, he had swerved back into his own lane before the accident happened. So how did she see him coming at him?
I want to see what the pickup truck guy says.
I'll get to that. Okay. So then, supposedly from the data, she never touched her brake prior to 0.5 seconds before the crash. And this is what the data shows on her car. You know what I mean? So it shows that she slammed on her brakes.
0.5 seconds. 0.5 seconds. Boom. Yeah. Airbags.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't hold a hard stick on her neither, though.
No, we can't. And I'm not trying to blame her.
People, get distracted and whatnot. It's just, she was very unlucky this time.
Very, yeah. So after she brakes, that 0.5 seconds of when she broke, she turns 75 degrees to the left, makes literally a hard left turn, right? The gold truck, 2.99 seconds prior to pulling off the road, he was only traveling 28 miles per hour.
The truck?
The gold truck. The pickup truck in front of Vehicle 2's car. He was not going fast.
At all?
So, what happened there? How did she not see him before? And why did she have to slam on her brakes?
And she started talking to the cops after they started saying all the Charger stuff.
Yeah, she was. I believe she was hearing everything. No, but the when she talks about the Charger, she doesn't talk about it at the scene. She talks about it days later at the hospital, and that's where she tells them the story. And I'll get to it.
No good.
So this is Vehicle 2's report. So this is her interview with the trooper and what she states happened that day. Okay? So she says, I just know, I'm sorry. No, this is the at the scene. This is what she says. I just know the truck was stomping on brakes. The other car was trying to pass the other car. I was trying to dodge by not hitting him, by coming around. The trooper asked, how fast were you going? And she responds, the speed limit. Okay? Do you remember that?
Mm.
Okay. Now, an interview was done with her and this trooper. The trooper was asking her questions about what happened that day. This was on January 3rd, and this was at the hospital. So they're trying to gather as much evidence to be able to basically have an arrest warrant for
the Charger.
For Kyren.
Lucy. What's his name?
You always mix up names. Lacy? For Kyren, right? So if you remember, they still didn't have an arrest warrant for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they were trying to gather as much evidence, and this is key because they could be switching up the story to gather as much evidence to present it, and then be able to get an arrest warrant. But anyways, let's continue. So this interview states, so this is what she says to the trooper. All I can see is that a car is coming this way and the car in front of me. Right before the car crash occurs, I'm looking at the pickup truck in front of me. That's all I see for the moment. I'm eating my Funyuns. I got them in the middle of my lap and driving. I'm listening to music. All of a sudden, I see the car get in the other person's lane. The truck steps on his brakes first, so it slows down. But then he does it again, and this time it's really hard. That's when you can see on the side the car was trying to get back over. But before he can get over, this truck stops in the middle, like on the brakes hard. There's another car that runs damn near into the pole. It's either I run into him or I try to get out of the way. So I'm trying to get into the dollar store parking lot. Then the other car just comes and slams into me. Okay? That's her story. And then the report continues on and states, the trooper asked Vehicle 2, whenever you are looking forward and the car is in front of you, you swerve. They swerve off to the right before you make a left. Are you looking at a green Charger coming at you? Or Vehicle 2 responded with, the green Charger came and then the car came behind me. Behind them, the truck, van, whatever. That to me was a little bit confusing because it seems like she's like trying to,
sketchy. She's trying to make up something. Yeah, there you go.
So, so I was a little bit confused as to why she was like, saying all of that. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. And then it keeps going on. It says, during this interview with the trooper, Vehicle 2 made several statements that do not match the submitted report or written statement. This, whatever this is saying right here, right now, that I'm just reading, this is written by the district attorney's office. Okay? What I'm reading right now. So they even stated that her statement does not match the submitted report or the written statement. Okay? Instead of questioning Vehicle 2 for more details, the trooper attempted to recap what she was saying, which seems to contradict her statements. While doing this, the trooper is the first to talk about gold truck swerving off to the right. Then when it came to obtaining the written statement, the trooper tells Vehicle 2 what to document on the statement as she is writing. That's crazy.
Why are they helping her?
I don't know. Why are they helping her? That's not the first time. And I'll get into it. Okay?
Is she cute?
But she...
Maybe they're trying to hit on her.
No, Vivit. She's not the only one. The gold truck is also manipulated into writing things too. And I'll tell you. Just give me a second, okay? Oh. Is she cute? Anyways. Okay. But literally, she never tapped on her brakes till 0.5 seconds prior impact. So how did she see the truck in front of her slam on his brakes the first time to slow down and then slam on them immediately? You would have already slammed on your brakes before if you would have seen him, hit his brakes the first time. You know what I mean?
He was going 25 and she was going 49.
He was going 28 and she was going 49, yeah. A little bit over 49.
What was the speed limit? 35? 45?
That I did not look up. But I'm pretty sure either way, he was going fast. I mean, he was going slow. The gold truck was going slow and she was going maybe the speed limit, maybe not, regardless. If she saw him slam on his brakes the first time, I'm pretty sure she would have slammed on her brakes too.
Yeah.
2 statements were taken from the gold truck driver. Okay. The second statement, they were going to this individual's home. So the gold truck driver home. And this body cam footage is shown. So he gets there. And he immediately goes up to the guy and he was like, hey, he has his paper. He's like, hey, I don't need you to worry about this top part. You don't need to put your name or your address or anything like that. All I need is you to explain what happened that day. He was like, well, I don't even remember what highway it is. The gold truck said, right? And the trooper was like, well, it's Highway 20. Okay. And then he's like, okay. The gold driver was like, okay, me and my wife are gonna write it up right now. And then the trooper's like, I just want, just to be clear, I want you to make sure to put down that you slammed on your brakes, that the green Charger was coming at you, and that's why you slammed on your brakes, and you ended up swerving to the right. I just need you to make sure you put that down.
Hi, sir. So, look, don't worry about filling any of this top information, like your name, your address. Don't worry about any of that. Just right here, if you could, I'll just have you write exactly what you saw. Just make sure to include, where you were.
I don't even know what the name of that highway.
It's Highway 20. Highway 20. That you just...
All right, me and my wife gonna figure out right quick.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes, and the brakes, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that Charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that Charger. That's
I ain't skid mark or nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what's happening. That's how she called that record. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
So, but the Charger was coming right at you, correct? Right. And that's why you had to slam on your brake, the head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important because we're trying to locate this Charger right now. So just include that.
He's basically saying like, he's trying to get him to be like, oh yeah, that's why I had to slam on my brakes, you know, because he's trying to get him to like write that down on the thing, that the Charger was the reason why you slammed on your brakes. That's why she had to swerve out of the way, and that's why you swerved out of the way and all this stuff, right? So that's what he keeps saying.
So, but the Charger was coming right at you, correct? And that's why you had to slam on your brake, the head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important because we're trying to locate this Charger right now. So just include that in the statement, and I'll read it over, and then I'll be out of here.
They're just trying to hunt that man down.
And this was before they got an arrest warrant for him.
Did he say why he swerved out? Because of the Charger?
It doesn't seem like he said anything about the Charger. In the body cam, he doesn't say anything. Now his statement comes out. Okay. This statement comes out, right? And do you remember the statement that I read before? Remember the first statement? I'll read it again if you don't remember. But it's this statement. Highway 20 green Charger coming head-on passes multiple cars. Coming head-on, I had slam on brakes to avoid accident. I had to veer off-road to avoid getting hit. Then I stopped to check on the cars behind me in wreck. I was traveling north. The Charger was traveling south in wrong lane. Okay. This report came out, and that's
supposedly what the gold truck.
This is what supposedly the gold truck wrote, right? This said the complete opposite of what he said in the body cam, right? It was not signed. It was refused. Why was it refused? It was not signed by him, by the gold truck. That's weird. It was refused. And it wasn't even written by him. So how can they use that statement? You get it? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, very weird.
So there it says sense.
They're not gonna try.
It says refused. And this is the statement. And so allegedly, this was supposed to be weird. His statement. When the statement was written, the body cam was turned off. So you see this whole conversation that he has with him, you know, telling him to write the statement. But when he writes the statement, the body cam's not on anymore. Why? Why do you turn off his body cam?
Fishy.
So that's weird. So, what's it called? Statement from one individual states he passed through the two cars that collided before the collision. That's one statement. Did you get what I said?
What the heck? From one of the spectators.
One of the witnesses. The attorney was like, I don't understand I don't believe it.
No, it's a lot of different stuff.
It's just too different, right?
And then the video footage, completely different.
Yes.
Completely different. What the heck?
Yes. So he ended up passing them after, like we saw in the surveillance camera. He ended up passing them after the collision. And he was 72.6 yards behind the cars when the collision happened. So it's weird. There was another passenger in Kyren's car. They knew this. The troopers knew that there was another passenger in Kyren's car. But they never, not once, asked.
To get there.
Mm-hmm. They didn't interview him.
Why did they want to go after him so much?
I think it's because they heard about the green Charger and they were like, let's not worry about this anymore. They're talking about a green charger. Let's take this, and then we're done with the case.
There's a psychological concept, and I'm no psychologist, but when you are driven to do something, people make up realities even though it's false, since they've already invested into it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Us humans do that.
Yeah. We start
For instance, if we're arguing about something,
yeah,
and you're actually putting good topics, I'm going to still defend my topic even if I know I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, we do that all the time.
Who,
you
girls?
You be arguing me, but you be wrong.
Oh, no, you be wrong.
Okay, continue, yes.
And us humans, we do that.
Do you think that that's what they were doing?
Yeah, and then another concept that I'm thinking, fast car, cops, the racing scene, they don't like him.
That's what I was thinking too, is like he stands out. He stands out. First is a green charger. It's lime green charger. And he was doing something illegal.
Yeah.
So they were like,
they were thinking, it's him. Some freaking reckless dude that doesn't care. And let's get him.
Yeah. So I think that's what it was. So like I was saying, why didn't they interview the other passenger in Kyren's car? They have footage of that passenger coming out of the green charger. So they know that he had a passenger in that car with him, right? Another thing that I didn't put this out, but
he left the scene. They left the scene though, right?
Yeah, but there's a surveillance footage of, I guess, where he might have maybe left him or like dropped him off somewhere or something like that, like to his house or whatever. Oh no, he was going to his football practice. So Kyren was going to a football practice. I believe maybe the passenger was also going to his football practice. I mean, they were going together. And they have a surveillance camera of that passenger coming out of the car with him. So they know that he had a passenger with him. The last thing that the district attorney's office report stated, this is the last thing, right? That they stated. The evidence submitted in the crash report does not support that Kyren Lacy should have known that his actions were the cause of the crash that happened approximately 72 yards in front of him. So obviously that's why he drove away, because he did not think it was his fault.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
He was 72 yards.
That's
yards is different to feet.
Yes, it's three times as much.
Crazy to believe that they ran with this and thought that he was at fault for the accident and at fault for Mr. Hill's death. But like I said, there's a lot of people going back and forth. Some people that think that he did wrong and he was at fault for it, and there's some people that think that he was not.
They need to see the footage. They literally need to see the footage.
They did. They did. Because the troopers and the police, they showed it. They literally came out with the video. You saw it. They came out with the video. They showed the surveillance cameras. They showed 2. And they still kept saying that he was at fault.
When you can Hill's, see family.
I mean, obviously they're really upset with the whole situation because Mr. Hill was a 78-year-old. Yeah, man.
Poor man.
So obviously it's very sad for his situation. And it's very sad for the ladies because she's put in the situation for vehicle 2. But at the end of the day, I don't think that they should have immediately just went off the bat of whatever everybody was saying. I think that they should have investigated deeply into it and figure out who was at fault for this, because now you had someone that was
deceased.
Being accused. That was being accused of something that first he didn't think he did and he didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay. Now we're getting into Kyren's So the attorney kind of talks about how Kyren passed away and what happened. So he's still talking to his family. He's still in contact with them. And he's still putting this out there. This was literally in October when he talked about this. Yesterday, the police released that footage of everything that I just showed you about the surveillance camera and them talking about it. Yesterday, they released that.
So they didn't see that footage? The people arguing on social media.
What do you mean they didn't see what?
The footage you just showed me. The surveillance cameras that you just showed me, the social media did not see that, and they're accusing.
No, but they're. So what I showed you is the trooper's side, and they're stating that he 100% was at fault for the accident. They used those surveillance cameras to prove that he was at fault, right? The attorney came out. This was before the attorney came out, before this video footage came out about them explaining it, about the troopers explaining it, about what happened that day. And they're
still blaming him for it.
They're still blaming him for it. Mm-hmm. No, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, sorry. No police officer is gonna do that. I'm sorry, but they're not.
I think so. There's no evidence.
No, because they can get in trouble.
So?
That's my point.
There's people with honor in this world.
Well.
And dignity.
They can go to jail and they
not me, but you know.
They can lose,
I'm just kidding.
They can lose their job.
Yeah, but still.
Not that easy. People are not gonna be like, okay, yeah, let me lose my job
anyways.
You would be surprised on how many times this happens, where the police department, they all take each other's back.
They all
have each other's back, and they're like, okay, we're gonna say this and we're gonna do this, because if not, we're all gonna lose our job. So they don't say nothing. So they're not gonna admit that they're at fault. They're gonna continue on, and they're gonna state that he was at fault for this accident. Okay, so like I said, the attorney talks about how Kyren ended up taking his life. So he was definitely suffering from all the social media backlash because he was receiving a lot. Okay, people were talking about him. People were talking about this accident. People were stating, you're at fault. You should be rotting in jail. Like, saying all types of stuff. And for a young adult male that's trying to live his life, that's trying to, be a college football player, and hears all of this and gets hate, so much hate, because supposedly he was the one that caused this accident and led to Mr. Hill's death. And so it took a toll on him. It took a toll on him. So he ended up going to Houston, Texas. I believe he probably has family over there, right? And this was Friday before April 15th of 2025, the day that he, took his life. On April 15th, he was at the apartment with his little brother and his cousin. And he already had his mind set. He already knew what he wanted to do. And he wanted the keys to his car, because he was about to drive off and
take his own life.
Take his life. And he was stating that, and they did not want to give him the keys because they knew what was going to happen. He had a gun on him. And he was like, you either give me the keys or I'll do it right here, right now. And they're like, no, we're not giving you the keys, blah, blah, blah. And to make himself look serious, he shoots the ground to scare them. And so they give him the keys, and he drives away. They call welfare. This is not 911. This is just a welfare check. And when they get there, he's gone. So now they try to go look for him. And he doesn't stop. And he ends up crashing. And that's when they get to him. And they see that he had self-exited. So, and it was caused by a gunshot wound. And that's how it happened. The attorney says that it was like the social media that basically led to him doing this. But with that being said, he was mentally not okay because he was accused of something that was not his fault. Yes, he did do something wrong, which is by going on the opposite lane, but he did not cause that accident and did not cause the death of Mr. Hill. And I feel bad for Kyren's family. I feel bad for Mr. Hill's family too, because he did pass away. And me personally, this is my opinion, I do not think that he was at fault for this. And I think that he was being framed by those troopers to make it seem, to just like dust it off and let's just keep it going. Let's close this case and not have to worry about that.
I hope they both get justice.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Because unjustfulness really gets under my skin. That's something that I don't have no tolerance for. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, most definitely. I agree, because it's so unfair. First, because now you're lying. You're accusing of an innocent man of doing something so cruel, and it wasn't even his fault. It's just a lot. It's a lot of things to unravel and to really think about. But the fact that people are going back and forth on it and deciding on whether if he is innocent or not, it's like you can see in the camera. You can see in the surveillance camera. He was so far away, and he moved into his lane, and that was 72.
Yeah.
No, right even before, and there was a car in front of him. So how did he cause it? Like, it's just, I don't know. And even the gold truck driver, I mean, he never stated the charger. Never. And his statement was refused. Why was it refused? There's just a lot of questions, but it's an ongoing thing. And so, yeah. And I don't think that the troopers are going to say sorry. I think they're just going to continue what they said, and that's it. And they can't go to trial because there's nobody to go to trial with. Yeah.
Crimes against humanity.
That's why the attorney of Kyren wanted to come out and state the truth and what he came up with, and and that Kyren was not at fault. He was being framed.
I think this is a good moment to bring up. This reminds me of the book of Job. The book of Job is bad things happening to innocent people. Stay faithful. Things happen for a reason. We may never understand them. We may never even know why. Mm-hmm. But just do your best. Know who you are. Know what you believe. Keep moving forward. This too shall pass.
No, but I think I know why. I think I know why it happened. I think that this is going to help other people or make others realize that hopefully police officers, that you need to investigate
thoroughly
before accusing someone of an incident.
Yeah, I think this thing is gonna blow up. Has it already blown up?
Yes, on TikTok.
It's very big.
Yes, right now a lot of people are talking about it. Mm-hmm. But it's not so big to where everybody's talking about it, but if you're in that algorithm of that, TikTok. That side of TikTok, you will hear about it. But thank you guys for watching this video.
Comment down below what you guys think. This is a tough one. Please be nice in the comment section. But yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know your honest opinion. And we'll definitely comment down below to your opinion. And we will respect your opinion. Yeah. Hit that bell notification. Subscribe.
And I can't wait to see you in the next one.
Deuces.
Bye.